Greetings all, Reggie Middleton here. Follow-up video, again, explaining our VE assets, peer-to-peer capital assets and capital markets application to the layperson, to the everyday man, and to the financial professional. So last week, I was talking to somebody and they asked me, they said, Reggie, what's the difference or what differentiates your VeGold product with all the other tokenized gold products that are out? Now, when we came out with VeGold, I believe we were the first ones to do it as an ERC20 token on a public blockchain, fully functional. That was a year and a half ago. Now there's quite a few big name brands like the Australian Perth Mint. We have stable token manufacturers who are doing gold and asset-backed tokens, and ICOs and software development firms. So the major difference though, right, there are three. One, we have a very slick interface. You know, our UI guy is very, very good. Two, we're up and running for a year and a half, fully functional, fully redeemable, even in small granular levels, as in 1 gram and up. And three, last but not least, actually three and not last, is that we created this to become an actual store of value, basically an internal currency for our systems, okay? That internal currency was designed to be used in our applications. So it is not the application itself, it's designed to be used in our applications. So the currency, the VeGold, the gold currency, which is truly stable, was designed to be used in, let's say, our lending application, VeGold or VeLend. Okay, this is a gold-denominated lending product. We did a loan mortgage with it last year, a hard money loan in the state of Jersey. Okay, very interesting product. We gave extremely competitive terms and everything worked. As a matter of fact, the actual loan was incorporated by reference in the mortgage note. Both were registered with the county clerk, okay, in the state of Jersey. And the written mortgage note was incorporated by reference in the actual smart contract. I believe that was the first time that was done. Proud of ourselves. Loan on the public blockchain. Okay, we just signed into the borrower's wallet. You see he has a notification. I don't know what that notification is, but I could guess. So, yeah, click the notification button. Verification completed. That means you got your KYC done. Okay. Click finish. Or available product should have VeLend, but I don't know if that's done. Go to the menu, upper left-hand corner. VeLend at the bottom. That's available to you because, and there you go. Go through the loan details. Be aware that we're doing this on cell phones. And of course, you can do it on a Mac or PC, but or a tablet. But I want to show you sitting in this car, and he's about to accept the loan on the blockchain. So whenever you're ready, just click consent. Okay, click approve. That's to send it to the blockchain. Okay. And then you got that little notification, that little red thing in the bottom.
Where's the wallet, right?
Right. That's showing that there's one transaction pending going through the blockchain. Okay, so I'm going to stop this video because as the lender, I'm going to go and do this. So, and the fourth, and last but not least, is the fact that our products, our services, come part and parcel with phenomenal research. And again, for those who are not familiar with our research, I'll throw a little clip on what I did and what I accomplished before I jumped into the blockchain realm.
So far ahead of everybody and so detailed, and then he started warning about Bear Stearns and Lehman. Well, he was so far ahead of the curve, I actually thought he was nuts.
He called the housing crash. He called the collapse of Bear Stearns and Lehman Brothers. He's been harping on the crisis in the Eurozone banking system for years now, so he's just the guy to talk to.
He told us how 0% interest rates were starving the banks that it was designed to save. Now, at the time, you were the only analyst in the world to mention that it would starve the banks, and you've been proven correct.
Reggie Middleton, who nailed Facebook, by the way.
Crown the champion, the winner of the first ever CNBC Stocks Draft.
Yay!
Reggie Middleton!
It was Google, which was up by 46%.
Reggie!
Well done, Reggie Middleton. But you know what, Reggie? This is a double amazing feat, because last year you won as well.
I mean, not to be impolite, but what makes you so special that they all want to read your blog?
I can step on toes and be objective and offensively honest. Now, back to that original question. The individual asks, what differentiates Veritaseum's VeGold from all the other gold-backed tokens? Well, for one, VeGold is not a gold-backed token. VeGold is gold. It is electronic legal title to gold sitting in a secure vault. But so are, many of the others, presumably. One big difference of the four that I mentioned, or one big difference of the four, which I mentioned three, is the inherent, implicit, and embedded research. Okay? It is killer. The same team that assisted me since 2007 in calling the collapse of Bear Stearns months ahead of time, and Lehman Brothers, and General Growth Properties, which was the second largest REIT in the country, commercial REIT. The residential housing crash, Lennar and the home builder crash, the commercial real estate crash, European debt crisis, Apple down, Google up, etc. It's the same team that assists me in the research that we're applying through and on top of our platform. Okay, now, fast forward to today, and someone asks what makes VeGold special or different. Ask Argentina. Ask those who lent to Argentina. Ask those who deal with gold in Argentina. This is a report that we came up with about a month ago. It is the real deal. And it literally predicted the future. You see, Argentina borrowed roughly $50 billion or so for the IMF in 2018. Just about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, less than 2 years, about a year and a half. They are defaulting already. And as you go through this report, it makes it very easy after we go through the advantages of VeGold, okay, general advantages, and then we go into specific advantages. Argentina's need for a stable coin like VeGold, and we go through how this benefits Argentina versus inflation versus gold price, etc. Okay, but we go towards the middle of the end of the document, and I will put a link to this document in the summary below the YouTube video, right? We get into a real deep dive, okay? Most people didn't realize it, but Argentina is no longer merely hyperinflationary. Argentina is now in deep stagflation, okay? And we pointed out, we show exactly why and how it is in stagflation. We go through stagflation versus hyperinflation versus economic stagflation, right? 30 pages, 25 to 30 pages of a deep dive, comparing it to Zimbabwe, who we also have a solution for, okay? The default, right, was easy to be seen. Okay, anybody who dealt with our VeGold product has access to this research. Okay, and you would have never, ever, ever got caught into the jam that you're in now. And we'll go over that jam in just a second. Okay, now we go through the impact of stagflation in Argentina and other countries as well. Okay, after describing it, we get into the deep dive. But unlike practically everybody else, we also give a solution to Argentina. Yes, we have a way out. And you can guess what that way out is. The VeLend product, taking advantage of Argentina's significant, and I do mean significant, gold reserves. Okay, if you take a look at the gold reserves by the Central Bank of Argentina over the last 19 years, and you compare it to the gold reserves held by the Central Bank of Argentina, and then compare that to the actual loan that was taken by the IMF, with some cajoling and some counseling and consulting, Argentina could have quite possibly financed a significant portion of that. From a gross basis, they had more than an IMF loan in gold reserves and gold held in reserve by the bank. Significant, okay? But before we go any further, let's take a look at what's happening in Argentina now, as per Bloomberg. The title of this Bloomberg article is Argentina gets okay from IMF to hit private investors hard. Quotation: "The private bondholders' fears have come true," said Jimena Blanco, head of Latin America political research at consulting firm Veres Maplecroft in Buenos Aires. Open quote, "The fund throws them under the bus to save its position. The haircut has to come from the private sector." Close quotation. You see, the IMF as a public entity, according to Mr. Blanco, is sacrificing the private investors and the bondholders in order to get out of its position whole. We will not opine upon the merit of that accusation, but we will opine upon the fact that any VeGold investor or customer or client that took advantage of the ample research that we had circling and around Argentina would have never, ever been caught in such a situation. Not too far later in the article, we have this paragraph. "Even if hardly surprising for a country that has lost more than a third of its international reserves since July and had installed draconian capital controls," note to self, capital controls never work. Back to the paragraph. "The fund's declaration marks another chapter in Argentina's long history of fiscal crises and debt mismanagement. The nation, which has defaulted 8 times in its 2 centuries of independence, is trying to again reduce its liabilities as the economy heads for its 3rd straight year of contraction in 2020. Now, Argentina is very, very susceptible to economic slowdowns in the larger economies that buy its commodities and natural resources. Hint, China, trying to manage a bubble popping. How successfully? I don't think so. The coronavirus, which is putting a big damper on one of the largest manufacturing hubs in the world, or the world's manufacturing hubs. The US, whose economy is not nearly as good as everybody thinks. Then you have Brexit and the EU. Enough said, look at my previous videos. So things aren't going to get better for Argentina economically unless they... Oops, I guess you should become a VeGold customer before I spill the beans with the secret sauce. So, revisiting yet again that individual who asked, how do we differentiate, or what is the difference between our VeGold product and all the other tokenized gold products? It's like night and day. VeGold, or shall I say, your typical tokenized gold product, it's like having a nice limousine, okay? VeGold is like having that nice limousine with a lot of spiff and shine, but it comes with an expert driver, fully knowledgeable, like it's to bring that limousine around. That's what VeGold is. It's a solution to problems. It is not a product. It is not a service. It's a product and a service combined, okay? We not only tokenize hard assets, we actually have a full solution for Argentina. We also have solutions that we've already developed. I would say and/or working on, but I've already developed for Nigeria, for Ghana, and for Zimbabwe. And we will take our VeGold product, our VE Assets product, our peer-to-peer capital markets and peer-to-peer capital asset transfer, and our hard-hitting forensic and macro fundamental analysis, and we will make the world a better place. Okay? Any questions, please reach out to me. You even have, at the end of this video, you can see a quick clip of contact info. There will be links to this analysis for Argentina in the summary below. I would like for everybody who appreciates information like this or products like this to subscribe to this channel, okay? Click the notification button so you get a notification every time I upload a new video, and then share this to everybody of like-minded capabilities, okay? Go to the DApp in the link below, buy some VeGold or VE Palladium or VE Silver, anywhere from 1 gram up to kilogram. Anybody who purchased large amounts of VeGold or has verifiable large amounts of gold, platinum, palladium, or silver, and are looking to go through the VE Lend program for the potential of obtaining yield on your static assets and maintaining transferability and liquidity, contact us, okay, via the information below. We look forward to speaking to you.